Yeah. Hey, everybody. I'm Melody Pittman coming to you at 100 Things WV. We are at episode 6, season 1. It's literally flown by. I just like blink and I've already recorded like 6 new episodes of a podcast or an interview or something like that. It's all great. So today I have 2 beautiful young ladies with you. We're sprucing things up because we haven't had any like young ladies on here. So this is really a treat. I'm with Stella Henley. Am I saying that correctly? And Catherine Carter of Mountaineer Country. So if you haven't heard of Mountaineer Country, get ready. I've got a nice little nod to them here. Here's Mountaineer baseball at the background, if you can tell right here. So take it away, ladies. Can you introduce yourself and tell us what is Mountaineer Country?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Stella Henley. I'm actually from Morgantown, born and raised, and I graduated from WVU last year with hospitality and tourism, and I got this job at the CVB right up my alley. So I'm really excited to be here.
Perfect.
And I'm Catherine Carter. I'm also one of the destination development coordinators for Visit Mountaineer Country Convention and Visitors Bureau. Essentially, Visit Mountaineer Country is just the marketing organization for North Central West Virginia. So we primarily represent Monongalia, Preston, and Taylor County, though.
Okay. Okay. Very good. I like the logo. The logo was pretty, had really nice colors to it. Like that. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, try to be different.
And so your website, visitmountaineercountry.com, has a lot of really interesting things. You have road trip ideas, you have all your social channels, you have lots of great pictures. And I like that you have everything broken down by county, because like for me, especially, here, like trying to maneuver this book tour, that's really helpful. So I appreciate that. That looks really nice.
Yeah, we always try to drive people to our website to see what we have to offer and all the cool events and just everything. And we're just here as a resource to be helpful. So it's good to hear that it is helpful.
Yeah. And you do have like really nice suggestions for things to do and everything. So a lot of CVBs missed the mark by not having that. So well done.
Mm-hmm.
So where is this located in the state of West Virginia, for those who do not know?
Yeah, so Mountaineer Country is a 7-county region. It's north central West Virginia, and like Catherine said, it's Monongalia, Preston, Taylor, Marion, Harrison, Doddridge, and Barber. But our CVB just services Monongalia, Preston, and Taylor. Okay. So we're in a pretty good physical location. We're really only within 3 hours of Columbus, an hour-ish to Pittsburgh, and like 3 to DC. So we have a pretty good physical location for people coming to some major hubs.
Right. So when I was your age, I used to come from Charleston and I would go to WVU games. And as soon as that game was over, I was straight to Pittsburgh to hang out in all those bars. That was so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Morgantown was way too crowded. I'm just going to go to Pittsburgh. So, okay. What kind of historic attractions do you have in Mountaineer Country that our readers could, or our listeners, sorry, I got to put on the right hat now, that our listeners can explore?
Yeah, we have tons of historical sites. I mean, I think that's something Mountaineer Country and West Virginia as a whole is really rich in. One of my personal favorites, and I think one of the most popular ones that we have, is actually located in Preston County. It's called Arthurdale. It's the first ever New Deal town. Yes, a little shout out to Arthurdale, Darlene Boyard, and Elizabeth Satterfield. They're down over there, and they have made some major improvements, and they've actually launched a ton of events over there in the past year. They're hosting goat yoga. They're doing mead tastings. I mean, there's tons that you can get involved in over there, but you can also just go take a tour. They just released online booking. So if you go to visitmountaineercountry.com and just type in Arthurdale, that is a great way to start learning about Arthurdale 1, but then also you can start booking your trip there. But one honorable mention is that every year they have something called the New Deal Festival. And if you can make it for that, I think that's definitely an event to travel for. It's July 9th from 10 to 5 p.m. or 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And it basically just gives you an overview of what Arthurdale is, and it highlights local artists. They have they have craft fair, heritage demonstrations. They have tons of vendors, car shows. I mean, it's definitely something to get involved in. It's a great event that they hold over there, and they're keeping Arthurdale alive up there.
Yeah, it's something to see.
Yeah, so I was 54 years old, 3 months and a couple days when I learned about Arthurdale, which was yesterday. And so I just fell down a rabbit hole. I'm like reading all this stuff about it, and I'm fascinated with presidential trivia anyway. So I get invited a lot to the Midwest to do a lot of road trips and influencer campaigns. So like I know about the WPA dolls and this sort of thing. Like I knew all that, but I'd never heard of this Arthurdale. So literally, I'm watching all these videos. I'm on the PBS websites and all this sort of thing. So I shared something about it on my Wherever I May Roam blog Facebook page today. And a lot of people knew about it. they'd watched PBS videos about it and so forth. And then I also gave you a plug on a radio show I recorded this morning in Huntington, because I was talking about this Arthur Dale place. So I was like, I'm so excited to learn about it, because they were saying, what are you learning while you're here? And I'm like, well, that was one of them. So
it's great up there. We actually just took a tour recently with them, and we were extremely impressed, not only with what they have, but if you want to learn about Arthur Dale, just reach out to them and they'll give you all the information on it.
Okay. Yeah, it's great too, because nobody else has an Arthur Dale. So that's a really good, way to get visitors in here and see some things that they haven't seen before.
Okay, so I think something that from the 100 Things to Do in West Virginia Before You Die book that people are going to learn and be very surprised about is that Mother's Day was founded in Grafton, and that is an area you represent. So can you just give us a little insight about what happened in Grafton?
Yeah, Mother's Day, that's a huge thing that happened in Grafton. Now we have the Anna Jarvis Birthplace Museum, which is located in Grafton, as well as the Shrine. And Mother's Day is a huge weekend in Grafton. They always show out and celebrate. Everyone comes out, and on the 13th and 14th of May, they actually have they redo the service, the original service from Mother's Day in the Shrine Church, and so you can relive the first ever service. I mean, no one really gets to say that they do that. And then you can head right over next door to the Birthplace Museum, and they host a founder of Mother's Day festival every year, and so they have different speakers. But I think one thing, we toured the Anna Jarvis Museum also, and I think that one, I mean, it's the artifacts that they get. They not only have like a crazy amount of artifacts, but they also get it donated in really unique ways. So it's always interesting to hear how people who live in the area have connections to older people, and then they end up with really unique artifacts that a lot of people don't even know we have in Grafton. I mean,
it's a cute town. It's very cute. The little park across the street and everything. I was there last year. And fun fact, I don't know if you're old enough to even know this, but Chef Robert Irvine used to have a show called Restaurant Impossible, or he had a couple different shows. But one is where they would take him to a location and he had to cook like a huge amount of food in a very short amount of time. So he goes to Grafton and cooks a picnic lunch for all the mothers on Mother's Day. It was like 500 or 600. And at this time, he was over an hour from a Walmart, and he has like 5 hours to make this gourmet meal. So, I'm watching this, and I mean, this is probably 10 or 15 years ago. And he goes to a local farmer's market, and they have white and black truffles. And so, like, I love white and black truffles. And he is like, I can't believe I'm in the middle of this dot in West Virginia, and here are all these great things. So anyway, so he bought them all and everything. It was just a really fun episode.
That's awesome. I'll have to look that up.
You might see if you could find a video to put that on your website. That'd be cool.
Yeah, really. He needs to come back too, because we have a Walmart in Grafton now. So
we should invite him. There you go. So arts and culture
for sure.
And Grafton also has Tiger Lake State Park. So if you come up for Mother's Day, or if you want to go tour the Anna Jarvis Museum, they're both opening for the season pretty soon. Tiger Lake is a great place to go if you want to experience a little bit of outdoor adventure or a little lake escape. I think that's an amazing place. They have a lodge that you can stay at, and they also have cabins, a few Airbnbs up there. But the Tiger Adventure Lake, it was Ace Adventures. They installed inflatables, and so you can go jump around on inflatables in the water.
Right. That looks fun. I misread that last night. I was looking at the Tiger State Park, what they rented and everything like that. And I was thinking it was houseboats. And I was like, oh, I'm going right up there and get a houseboat. I was all excited.
No, but they do have a dinner cruise. That one's one of my favorites. I went on the dinner cruise on Tiger Lake, and I think it's like a hidden gem that we have. Not a lot of people know about it, but it's a fun night activity.
Okay. Sounds awesome. Now we're going to talk about probably my very favorite category. We're going to talk about food, and I'm going to start you off with, I have never been to Mario's Fishbowl, but I've heard about it for ages, and I know you have 3 locations. So let's talk about Mario's. What's your favorite thing, or what should I try there?
Oh yeah, Mario's is a local staple in Morgantown. Everybody loves Mario's. If you're from here, or if you come here for college, like everybody knows what Mario's is. I think they're most famous for their wings, for sure. I would say my favorite is the wings, but they have great drinks that they give to you in this little like fishbowl style drink. So it's awesome.
Hence the name.
They make this. Yeah, they make this special sauce called Cowboy Ranch and Cowboy Blue Cheese, and that's what they're known for. It's just hot sauce mixed with ranch or blue cheese. You can pick whichever one. It is amazing.
Yeah.
If you're blue cheese, raise your hand. If you're blue cheese, or you're both ranch.
We're ranch girls.
We are ranch
okay.
girls.
We always say we're going to make a blog on the best ranches in Mountaineer country, just because everyone loves ranch.
Yeah. So another thing I'm reading here, my husband and I, one of our very first dates, we were at a WVU game and we went to the Boston Beanery. So I cannot believe the Boston Beanery is still open. That's like really stayed. Like, I can't believe it. But they have a grilled Monte Cristo there. So I was already checking that out.
Yeah, the Beanery has so many good sandwiches, and they've went through some managerial changes, but I think recently that the new owners, they love Morgantown, they love the culture, and they're just trying to make it a great place to eat and enjoy, after you go to the game and stuff. So
okay. Do you all ever come down to Charleston?
We do kind of for like work related things every once in a while. We came to Tourism Day in February for like the stuff at the legislature, but other than that, I'm not a frequent at Charleston.
So, well, we had a Boston Beanery years ago. I was probably like 23 years old or something, and Itchy Bond is there now. So anyway, but we did have one. It just didn't go over very well at the time. Nothing on Capitol Street went over very well at that time. So yeah. Okay, so now let's talk about, one of my favorite things is Terra Cafe. Is it Terra Cafe? Is it actually in Morgantown? Or it might be. Oh my God, that place is absolutely amazing. The pastries there, I think, are as pretty as they are at Disney. And I was just blown away by so many beautiful pastries in a cabinet. And I know they have other things too, but that's like a really impressive find. Yeah.
We love it. They're actually one of our Mountaineer Deals partners, which is a program that I run. And you can find everything on our website, visitmountaineercountry.com. And on the main page, you just click on deals, and it is just a slew of local coupons that are free to anyone, whether you're a visitor or local. And we're really just trying to promote, put your money back into the local economy and help out our local businesses. But we love Terra Cafe. It's right by our office. We get it all the time. Very good kind of farm to table style.
So I saw the coupons online, and I wasn't sure. Do you just show the coupon to the place that you're going to that has the deal, or do you print it off, or how do you use that coupon?
So you can do a couple different options. If you don't, have a smartphone or want to use it like that, you can always print it off and show it to your waiter or show it at the checkout. Most of the time people just show their phone.
Okay, perfect.
For our other deals that are kind of like lodging or specific ones, some of the deals actually have a specific code on it, so you can use that online, but we recommend just showing it to like the cashier when you check out.
Perfect. I thought that was great because it was like 15% off your dinner or 20% off something, anything's good. And then there was one other food place I wanted to talk about, Sugar Plums Bakery. I haven't been there, so like it looks amazing, and I gotta have some quiche from there. So what do you like that place? Have you been there?
Oh, do we like that place?
We love it.
We frequent that place. Anytime we're in Preston County, we are at Sugar Plums Bakery. They have a ginger molasses cookie that we buy everyone that they have when we go.
So good.
They are cash only, so make sure you bring cash and not card when you go. But they have the best pastries that you can get. They're amazing.
Yeah, so they're a local bakery in Kingwood, and it used to be there's two bakers that are there, and I think they used to be home bakers, but now they have a storefront, so they'll have like specials each day of the week. And Catherine and I love the cookies, the desserts, everything is just so good. And they're like getting new stuff every single time we're in there, and we're probably in there once a week, so
you'll always find something new.
Your food scene has really stepped it up since I used to go to Morgantown.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so where am I going to find the best coffee? Where am I going to find the most creative coffee in your whole area?
We have a lot of coffee options, even just in our downtown, like on our high street. There's probably 3 different places you can get coffee. There's Zeke's Breakfast and Bakes, Mountaineer Deal partner. There's Blue Moose. They've been there for a while. The Grind. A couple other places in town, Mountaineer Roasting Co. They're really good.
Okay. And how about beer? Breweries. You have a lot of breweries.
Yeah.
We have tons of breweries. And we actually, if anyone's looking for different itineraries, we have a foodie tour, a brew tour, and a brew and coffee tour actually. So it's funny that you asked that. Fun. You can go try. We have tons of breweries that actually have coffee and brews in them. So but brewery wise, I think one of my favorites is Morgantown Brewing Company, Apothecary Ale House, which is over downtown. They actually just opened a new location, and they have an outdoor patio that is great in the summertime. You can go sit out there and enjoy it, or in the wintertime they have fires out there. So it's the ambiance over there that I think wins.
Right. Okay. And I know let's see, was it High Ground Brewing? I was looking because they have mead too.
Yes.
They have all my favorites, stouts and porters and mead. So I was like, and sours. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that one looks really good.
Yeah, High Ground's awesome. They do a lot of events with like other local businesses. Like they'll partner with other breweries and they'll do like a tap takeover and stuff.
Oh,
but
that's
High
fun.
Ground's really neat. It's in
Okay.
Preston County in Terra Alta.
And they
Okay.
also have a
Right.
ton of outdoor space, so they'll put food trucks out there, and
Yeah.
you can go and like sit out on the weekend, and they'll always have some type of thing going on.
Right. Okay. That's awesome. So, outdoor offerings. I have Cooper's Rock State Forest, which I've been there, and it's so beautiful. I did a live video from there, and like it was all ooh and ah. That was awesome. Cheat Lake. So I ate at Lake House Restaurant a couple years ago at Cheat Lake, and I've always heard of Cheat Lake my whole life, but I really don't know anything about it. So can you like give me any information about Cheat Lake?
Yeah. So on Cheat Lake, you are able to rent a boat from the marina. You can rent kayaks. You can swim in a couple areas. They do have a park that is really family friendly. There's a trail that kind of goes around Cheat Lake as well. So it's kind of like a local favorite in the summer for a lot of people.
Okay. And they do like stand-up paddleboarding. Is that a big deal there?
Some people do it. I'm not sure if they rent. We could look that up.
I know the waterfront. They just opened up a new rental place actually by the Ruby Amphitheater on the waterfront in Morgantown, and they actually do paddleboard rentals, kayak, and I can't think of bike rentals for the rail trail. It's right on the rail trail, so you can start at Terra Cafe, bike all the way down to there, and then keep going.
Yeah, Morgantown Adventure Outfitters.
So since we're talking about biking, I rented bikes down at I don't know what the place is called, kind of where Oliveros is in Morgantown. There's the bike shop down there, and it's right on that trail. What is the bike place called? It's like that old complex that has Oliverios and the Marriott.
Is it Walmsley Cycles?
Yeah, Walmsley Cycles. Yeah, is it still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Walmsley is still in the Seneca Center.
And so they have some really great bikes. What's the name of the trail that I get on right there?
So that is the Mon River Trail right there. It turns into a couple different trails if you ride all the way down, but yeah, that one can take you all the way to Terra Cafe, and you can actually, I believe it goes to near Pennsylvania, so you can stop at the Pennsylvania border. It goes, and they're working to expand it. So come bike it now, come back in a couple years, and it'll be a lot different.
Okay.
Yeah, and the section that is right on the waterfront, that section of the Mon River Trail, a lot of people refer to it as the Caperton Trail.
Oh, that's right. Caperton. I remember seeing
So it's like
an archway or something. Right. Okay. Fairs and festivals. What do you have in Mountaineer country? Fairs and festivals wise.
We got
I know
we already talked about how we have the New Deal Festival coming up, and then we also have the Mother's Day Festival, but Stella can tell you a little bit about what we have going on in Morgantown.
Okay.
Yeah, so an event that we have had just kind of recently pop up, it's a new one in Morgantown. It's called the Ruby Summer Concert Series, and that happens in downtown Morgantown at the Ruby Amphitheater. That's right on the Mon River. And but the city of Morgantown has been working to bring in some really neat musical acts and just promote kind of that local community lifestyle. The Ruby Summer Concert Series is free for everybody. They do have food trucks, the entertainment, everything's really cool. Some of the like main headliner acts this summer are Debbie Gibson, there's Smash Mouth, there's a bunch of cover bands like an ABBA tribute band. So we're really excited for that. And that festival actually won the Best Festival 2023 of Morgantown. And then for 2022, it won the Best Festival for our North Central region. So it's a pretty popular one. It's very well loved.
That's awesome. And for the listeners, I will give you some dates because I've already checked out that list. Debbie Gibson, June 23rd. I mean, she was on Dancing with the Stars too. That was like my graduation song, Only in My Dreams. That's what that song is. Oak Ridge Boys, July 7th. Got to get that country act in there. Los Lobos, August 4th. So there's a couple concrete dates for the summer concert series. Sounds like a lot of fun. I wish you much luck with that. Okay. And then how about the Three Rivers Festival in Fairmont? Is that your area?
So Fairmont is Marion County. So it is in Mountaineer country, but we don't service Marion County. I know that the Three Rivers Festival is a big deal. It's a lot of real popular. They have a lot of musical acts as well. It seems like a lot of fun. I haven't personally been, but
I'm hoping to go. It's on my calendar for this year. I was blown away. I mean, not to like change the subject, but it is part of Mountaineer country. I went to Fairmont last year, and I think that was the first time I'd ever gone past like the restaurants on the interstate, So I was downtown, and what they've done to the riverside and everything is absolutely beautiful. Those parks and the splash pad and everything. It's a really beautiful city. I had no idea. So
yeah, it is.
Some time up there. Yeah.
It is stunning. We go up there a little bit. Alicia Elliott, she works in Marion County. So we're sending them in our region. If we can't keep them in our region, we're keeping them in West Virginia. So
that's awesome.
We're trying to spread the love to the other CVBs.
That's wonderful. And so I also noticed, I think this is in Morgantown, on August 9th, the annual West Virginia Tattoo Expo. 200 artists. It's the premier tattoo event. Is that in Morgantown?
Yes, that is a huge event. Yeah, it is in Morgantown. I believe it's being held at Milan Park, if I'm thinking of it correctly.
Okay.
Stella can look it up here, but it actually is an annual event. It's a huge event that we have, and they actually recently started hosting 2 a year now instead of 1. They used to only have it in August, and now they're hosting one April 14th and 16th. It looks like Stella speaks. Oh, so this weekend is
Okay.
It's at the Marriott, actually, the Marriott at the waterfront. But yeah, it's a huge event that people travel for that one. We get a lot of interest in the tattoo event that we have. They actually, so much so they started a second one.
Okay, yeah, they get a ton of traffic.
Well, I live near Las Vegas, and that's a very popular thing there. And so I was somewhere down here in southern West Virginia, and I'm seeing that they're advertising their first tattoo festival. So I was like, let me just Google and see if anybody has one that's like long time running. That's the ninth year. So that's really impressive.
Yeah.
And then also, I don't think this is your area, but the West Virginia Italian Heritage Festival. I always wanted to go to that.
That's also in Fairmont, I believe. I know. I went to that last year, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, I've never seen so many vendors out and about in that festival. It blew me out of the park. It was amazing. Yeah. It definitely, like transformed you into their heritage. I'm not Italian at all, but it was like insightful for me. And the food was amazing, obviously.
Right. Well, of course, the Italian food made the 100 Things in West Virginia book. And I think people will be surprised to know that there are so many like 50 to 100-year-old and some older than that Italian restaurants in West Virginia. That's like really impressive.
We have
people like, we have Italian restaurants in West Virginia. Yes, tons of them.
Yeah, Oliverios, Colasantes, both of those are 2 of our favorites. And then Muriel's in Fairmont, I think, is a region favorite. Everyone loves Muriel's.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's in Clarksburg. I'm so sorry. The Italian Heritage Festival is in Clarksburg.
Okay, Clarksburg. Yeah. I wasn't sure either.
Oh, good gravy. The kind made from real premium sausage. The kind that's smothered over deliciousness. The kind you can only get at Tudor's Biscuit World. That's the gravy that's oh so good. It's the perfect topping to your biscuits or your taters, and even makes a delicious side. It's oh so good gravy. Tudor's Biscuit World. We're dripping with oh good gravy.
So I had said that I was going to ask you if someone wants to visit your area. You have some pre-planned itineraries, which are great for today's age, and people if they have limited time, they can find out something to do. So if you only have a day in this region, what are the highlights that you would suggest somebody if they only have a day in Mountaineer country?
Yeah, if they're looking for like a more personalized one, like they want to pick a certain topic, visit mountaineercountry.com. If you scroll down, we'll have our visitor's guide right there, and then our itineraries. So we did an international itinerary, and we did it for a conference, and we have different itineraries on there for food, history, family, and then also our app. If you download Visit Mountaineer Country, our app has pre-planned itineraries on there as well. But Stella, what's your dream day?
I would say if I had to come up with you can only be here for 1 day. I hope the weather's good. That's the first thing. I
hope there's not a ball game so you can get around.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the traffic isn't too bad. I would recommend that they visit Cooper's Rock and go to the Overlook. You can see just a really beautiful view of West Virginia, and a lot of people, they don't get to see stuff like that. We have just such great outdoor nature, scenic views. So I would definitely recommend that. I would also probably recommend that they try a local restaurant. One of my new favorites is called Von Blaze. It's in downtown Morgantown. It's kind of like eccentric home cooked food. It's different, but it's delicious. I'll definitely recommend going for something like that.
Okay. that
doing a
sounds
little
good.
shopping downtown.
Yeah.
Seneca Center.
Yeah, head over to Preston County. I mean, like we said, Arthur Dale is over there.
Right.
They also have the World War II Museum in Rollsburg. I think that's a must see. They have the people. I think one thing that Mountaineer Country has is we like to call it our secret sauce. We have hospitality, but also all the partners that we work with are just so knowledgeable about everything that they're telling you about, and they're passionate about it.
That's awesome.
So our hospitality is amazing, and then also just, I mean, it's unmatched here. I think I'm from Richmond, Virginia, so coming here, I just fell in love with how nice people are and welcoming no matter where you go. So you really can't go wrong with anything on our website, I think.
Okay. And if you need a place to stay, I will personally endorse Hotel Morgan. I absolutely loved it. I did stay. I stayed in the Primo room, but I'm going to say that place is amazing. They paid such great attention to detail. I loved it. So
we love the Hotel Morgan.
I hope the Anvil and Axe, is that what it's called? The bar? That was so nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we also have the Marriott downtown. If you're looking to stay in Preston County, we have some really good like Airbnbs and inns. I mean, bed and breakfasts and inns.
Okay.
There's some, called Modern Homestead. It's really unique. And then the Preston County Inn.
I think I just sent them a message. Did they do an afternoon tea like once a year or something? I think
the Modern Homestead or Preston County Inn?
Yeah, the Modern Homestead. I just looked at their website just a couple days ago.
Probably they do. They have tons. They're doing a lot over there. Once the summer hits and they open up their cafe, they have a lot of different dinners, like farm to table dinners, things like that. So
that's what I was looking at. Yeah. It looked really good. I was like, oh, that name sounds very familiar.
Yeah, and the tea shop in the Seneca Center, they have a bunch of tea parties. You'll have to check that out while you're here. That's a local favorite and a must visit, I think.
Okay. So what are your social channels? Where can we find you on social platforms?
So our socials, we are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and everything is just Visit Mountaineer Country. So we're pretty easy to find across the board. We try to keep all of our socials updated with really cool pictures, keep them updated on what our new Mountaineer deals are, little videos, local events. Try to promote all the cool things we have going on.
Okay, that sounds awesome. Anything else you want to plug for Mountaineer Country?
I don't think so. If you guys if you're in Mountaineer Country and you guys are hosting an event, feel free to submit your events on our event page. If you guys, reach out at info@visitmountaineercountry.com. If you're planning a trip, we're happy to help with that, but we have tons of pre-planned itineraries and we make packets for anyone coming to the area. So, just reach out to us. We're happy to direct. And if we don't know the information, we know someone who does. So, we are just a resource for visitors and locals. And,
we're here to connect the dots. So any kind of question, we're here to try to help out with that. And we really strive to bring people here and show them the great things that we have so that we can encourage them to come back and spend one more night and spend one more dollar. So,
And so
if you're a local here, I think the one thing we encourage all of our locals to do is to experience the day through the eyes of a visitor. I think we take for granted how much we have to offer. Just the scenic views that we have alone. It's amazing. Our quality of life it's great over here. So I just think go through it like you're a visitor every day and experience new things while you're here. We have tons to offer that a lot of people forget about, and visitmountaineercountry.com is the best place to discover that.
Right. And it's nice, just for me, personally speaking, so many of my friends' kids went to WVU, and years ago, like my classmates that went to WVU, they graduated and they got the heck out, and most of them left the state. And there's so many now that are just like staying in Morgantown, and they've set up businesses or practices and everything. So that's really nice. Yeah. We're doing something right. Yeah. Well, Stella and Catherine, thank you. Stella, blonde, Catherine, brunette.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much for being on here. And I look forward to coming back to Morgantown in a few weeks.
Yes, thank you for having us.
We can't wait to have you back.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Take care.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Thanks.
Here's how you can follow along on our adventures for 100 Things to Do in West Virginia Before You Die. Through reedypress.com, reedypress.com. And you can either in the search field, just put West Virginia. I think that's the only book about West Virginia. Or you can go to reedypress.com/shop/ and then spell it out 100 Things to Do in West Virginia Before You Die with a dash in between every word. And West Virginia is not abbreviated. Or you can follow us on our social channels. We are on Instagram and on Facebook at 100 capital T Things capital W capital V. 100 Things WV on Facebook and on Instagram. If you are a retail shop, a bookstore, a library, and you would like to carry our book, You can contact us or you can go directly through Reedy Press. I know there is a discount whenever you buy in bulk, and the shipping is free if you order from Reedy Press. Or you can contact us through our email, 100thingswv@gmail.com. Again, 100thingswv@gmail.com to schedule book events, book signings. We're going to have a couple of presentations that we're going to be doing all around the state and run through the summer. So a few things I'm excited about. I can't wait to go to the Vandalia gathering. I went last year for the first time in a very long time, and it was just such a great fit. So I can't wait to hopefully do a book signing there. Maybe up in Spencer for the 4th of July celebration. We've got a whole bunch of great book events planned, and you can actually see those on our Facebook page as well.